Thank you so much, sir. It's a great
Welcome.
privilege to talk
Most
to you.
welcome.
And you've been always supportive to media, and we are proud of you because
Thank you.
I've been seeing you, sir, the kind of passion you have about the events to grow our Hyderabad into a higher level. It's a remarkable performance, a remarkable work you do.
Thank you.
And you actually motivate us also, the youngsters. So, sir, first of all, I want to start with, as we are all excited, goosebumps are happening. People are all over the India, all over the world are talking about Hyderabad Miss World. What do you have to say about it, and how much pressure are you going through?
So this is indeed a matter of great honor that Hyderabad has been selected to host this year's Miss World. This is the 72nd edition. As you know, Miss World is an event which attracts lots of visibility. In fact, someone was telling me that of all the live telecast events, the finale of Miss World is the third most watched. The most watched event is are the Olympic Games, particularly the 100 meters races and all that. The next most watched is the World Cup football final, and the third most watched live telecast event is the finale of the Miss World. It attracts attention of people from across the globe, actually 150 countries to be specific, because every country sends its participants, and the participant itself, whoever is participating, has already won a domestic competition. So there is already some awareness, some visibility about that contestant, and obviously when you are given a chance to compete on the world platform with many of your peers, there is that further element of interest. So this is a very viewed event, and because it is happening in Hyderabad, it obviously will bring lots of attention to Hyderabad. Lots of people will be curious, and I mentioned it the other day to someone else. See, the reality about India is that people are curious about India. India is on the wish list, on the bucket list of every foreigner. They do want to come here at least once, but they are not very sure whether the conventional tourism locations, which everyone knows about, is there anything else one can do in India. So for example, everyone obviously likes to go to the Taj Mahal, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's one of the wonders of the world, so visiting Taj Mahal is obviously quite all right. And along with Taj Mahal, they want to visit the palaces of Jaipur, Rajasthan, Delhi. So Delhi, Agra, Jaipur is one very conventional triangle, so to say, which attracts visitors. Similarly, Goa has become popular because of its beaches and the fact that it was under European rule for a long period of time, so that European culture can be seen there. And Kerala, because of the sustained publicity they have carried out over the last few decades, Kerala is also well known today because again of this Ayurveda, backwaters and all that. But for an international tourist, is there anything else in India beyond these that is really a blank spot for them? So even if you tell them that there are places where you can see this, that, they may find all that very interesting, but one lingering doubt which is always there in their minds is that will tourism be well organized in these places also? Because Goa, Kerala, Agra, etc., thousands of visitors come there every year. So at least some structure has come. But they are not very confident that there is something similar in other parts of the country, and there is always a fear, because unfortunately, while India has achieved quite a lot, but the impression in the minds of a foreigner that it's a country which is very chaotic, and
the impression,
I mean, it's not
security-wise,
safety-wise, it's not very well organized. So that doubt always persists, that if I go to a new place beyond these ones, people will cheat me, they will pounce upon me, there'll be middlemen, and safety will not be there, and I'll be harassed, I'll be troubled. So better to avoid all these places. Just take India by going to an Agra or a Goa or a Kerala, etc. So one way to change these perceptions, of course, is to continue persistently with tourism promotion. Whenever there is a meeting of tour operators, whenever there is some chance to showcase Telangana in some global forum, keep doing that, which is happening. I myself used to be the tourism secretary in the combined state. I worked in this department for 4 years earlier, and we used to do all that. So obviously in a incremental way, over a longish period of time, some impact will happen, but the other alternative is this, to grab eyeballs.
But already Hyderabad has organized big events. It's not the first time. We have been organizing very good economic world-wise.
So that
collaborations.
Those are niche events. So, for example, the economic summit or the entrepreneurship summit. So, for instance, very recently we organized the Bharat Summit.
Yes.
There are lots of medical conferences.
Yes, big
where
conferences are happening.
But those are very niche areas. So, they don't go into the public. Suppose there is some medical conference happening, the medical fraternity will know. But rest of the world will have no interest in knowing about what are those conferences about. So, tourism conference is something, I mean a tourism event rather, is something which appeals to everyone. Lots of young people follow, lots of women follow, lots of people in that influential decision making age. See, today travel trends also, like children decide where the parents will go.
True.
And these are the kind of events which will attract their attention.
That's so, a pan-India, it's internationally, globally going.
So the very fact that an event of this stature, first of all, is happening in India, that causes curiosity, and within India it is happening in a city called Hyderabad. So obviously people would like to know more, and the way we have structured this event today, so typically Miss Worlds, Miss Universe, these kind of events typically happen at one location. It could be London, it could be New York, it could be Paris, or it could be some other big world capital. This time when it is happening in Hyderabad, first of all, it is not happening in Hyderabad alone. Hyderabad, of course, hosts the opening ceremony, the finale, etc. But we have ensured that lots of sub-events happen at other tourism locations. Locations which are important to us in the government to promote tourism. So, for example, one of the side events is happening at the Ramappa temple. So, Ramappa temple is a World Heritage
They'll all
site.
visit there.
They will all visit. Similarly, there is some other attractions in Warangal. For example, there's another archaeological monument which is called the Thousand Pillars Temple. So visitors will go there. Similarly, Pochampalli is a very prestigious craft village for textiles tradition, etc. So people will go there. In terms of temple tourism, our government, of course, we have lost Tirupati due to the state bifurcation, but we have tried to recreate Yadadri temple, Yadadri Gutta temple. So participants are going there. And we are ensuring that certain things which are important for Hyderabad itself to promote tourism. For example, medical tourism is important because lots of patients come to India and how to bring them to Hyderabad. So some participants are going to visit some of the hospitals where a large number of international patients come. Similarly, to give them an assurance about safety, the police, as you know, has this command and control system. So they are going to understand about how safety, how monitoring, how technology is used to ensure a safe city, a safe state. So we are maximizing the opportunity which an event of this kind is providing to ensure that everything which a tourist typically will feel worried about or concerned about, all his questions are answered. And we do hope that international footfalls particularly and also domestic footfall, because Miss World event will be watched hugely in the country itself, and this is a large country, 1.5 billion people. So I'm very sure that we will start seeing immediate results. See, some of the things which we do, promotions and all that, the results happen over a period of time. It is incremental. There's some gestation period and all that. But the advantage of hosting an event of this kind is immediate visibility of results. So that is what I'm very, very confident about.
But that was a big struggle, I think, to get it into Hyderabad. There was a story or journey to get this event in Hyderabad?
See, the thing is like this, that I have spoken to the Miss World organizers also, because they are now jointly hosting this event and they meet us regularly. They are here in Hyderabad for the last few days, and I did ask them that what happened. So what they tell is that the very first meeting with the chief minister went off very well. In fact, normally, obviously the government has to be a big local partner. There are corporates and others who sponsor, but eventually the local support is very critical. The government's interest and involvement. So their experience has been, they do want to bring the event to India as many times as possible, but I don't know which other states they contacted, but possibly the experience was not that positive. They did not get that sense that this is one state which will completely back us, they will partner,
support us.
Everything will be taken care of. There will be no kind of ifs and buts and all that. And obviously this impression came to them after the first meeting with the chief minister. So that went off very well. And then when we showed to them, so obviously, as everyone knows, for decades, Hyderabad boasts of the best convention infrastructure. Our airport, the convention center, the exhibition center, the hotels, the tourism spot, the hospitality culture, all these things are very deeply ingrained. In fact, they're ingrained since the time of the Nizams, who were very cosmopolitan in their outlook, and they wanted the world to visit Hyderabad. They created good infrastructure, but the modern infrastructure, for example, the convention center, the exhibition center, all this came in the last 20-25 years or so. And the airport, the metro rail. So they were really stunned with the quality of living which they saw, the quality of infrastructure. But most importantly, there are good quality infrastructure now elsewhere as well. So for example, in Delhi, we have what is called as the Bharat Mandapam. In Bombay, you have something called the Geo World. All these facilities have come up recently. But till about 4-5 years ago, there was nothing else in the country except the facilities in Hyderabad. But even if something else has come, and obviously our facilities are 20 years old, 25 years old, these have come in the last 5-6 years. So they are obviously a little bit more modern. But there is one more parameter on which we outperform everyone, which is the cost of that infrastructure.
Yes, true.
So Hyderabad gives a very strong value proposition. The cost is moderate, literally half as compared to a Bombay or a Delhi. And the quality is as good as anyone else. So that is that.
And I think the weather, we all, whenever I talk to anybody out of the country or out of the city, they always talk about the weather.
And basically, people who come from outside, so already
welcoming.
The welcoming, the hospitable nature. So that is again something which that is part of our DNA, because the state and the city was designed and developed by the Nizams in a very cosmopolitan way. People from everywhere in the world are welcome to come here. So that is how it is, and I'm very confident that starting from the 10th till the 31st rather, all these 3 weeks of events which will happen in Hyderabad, they will have good visibility, they will have good participation. The participants themselves will enjoy coming to Hyderabad and interacting with everyone and having all kinds of events to showcase their talent. And as I said, the aim of the government is to maximize the opportunity to showcase Telangana tourism. And we'll always be very agile and alert about that possibility.
But I want to know personally, sir, your point of view. Have you experienced or you have visited a Miss World competition before that? It will be your first exposure, or before that you can share your journey?
I visited the big ticket events, but those are typically professional.
Recently you were Waves in Waves Cement.
Yeah, I was at Waves and various other professional events I visited, lots of, so World Economic Forum is the mecca of trade and investment and think tanks and policy making. So I've attended those kind of events. Obviously, this will be the first of its kind, but I do know how complicated it is to organize a big event like this. There are hundreds of things, and you have to really get into the smallest thing also. And you have to take complete control of the situation. So fortunately, things are streamlined. So it's not that things are still falling into places and all that. Everything is organized, and we just need to ensure that the last minute things. Normally, people tell about India that it's like the typical Indian wedding. Till the last 24 hours, everything will appear disorganized and chaotic. Then miraculously everything will fall in place. But that is not true of this event. Lots of planning has happened. For the last couple of months, actually, attention was devoted in organizing a good event. So whatever are the open-ended issues, those are the ones that we are kind of attending.
And even the volunteers, I think all over the world are coming and collaborating with this. We are doing it in the sector of food, hospitality. Is it something happening like that? Everything will be taken care of.
Yes. So everything is organized, and I would encourage people also to stay engaged with the event. Lots of events are being telecast live. Some of the events will have kind of recording loaded on the internet, etc. So whichever way, and in some events we are actually encouraging people to come and witness what happens in a big event like this. So whichever ways you get, there is a formal press conference tomorrow in the evening where all these announcements will be made, which are the events where people can also come, how do they apply, how will they get the tickets, and we have ensured that there are no price for any tickets at all. Everything is free.
Oh my God! Then how through a website they will come and participate? Outsiders can come and be a part of it.
So all these details will be shared tomorrow.
But how many people can come? The kind of coverage.
Some of the venues are pretty big. So for example, there is a venue where 3,000 people can come. There is another venue where 2,000 people can come. And because there are multiple events, easily a few thousand of.
But when it comes to free, I think people really wanted to enjoy this. It's a big event.
Of course, there will be some scrutiny.
Yeah.
We also want to ensure that people who are from, let us say, a design profession, or a textile profession, or who have some kind of a professional interest in these kind of events, they are not crowded out.
Yes.
So first we will take care of such people.
Is any IDs or something will be required?
So we'll be announcing it tomorrow in the press meet. We'll be announcing. There'll be a on our tourism portal, there'll be a link. They have to submit some information on that link. We'll scrutinize who they are, what is their real interest in an event of this kind, and once we approve, a QR code will be sent to them, which they will need to bring and kind of attend all these events.
And sir, as a Telugu industry is world famous now, how their collaborations will be there? I think so many Bollywood celebrities will be keen to come for this event. So, and what about this?
No. So see, this event will have a very good multiplier effect on various things.
Yes.
It will spur what is called as the creative industry, the cultural industry. So this is obviously a very big center for filmmaking. Not many people know this, but this is also a very important center for digital work in filmmaking. What is called as animation, VFX, gaming, multimedia, AR, VR. So all that also happens quite a lot in Hyderabad. So that industry also, I want them to connect to this large event and ensure that the multiplier benefit, the mileage comes to that industry also. In some way, we also want to push sports promotion in the state.
Sports personalities, cinema personalities from other countries or cities they'll be visiting.
All that is happening. So it's happening in a very planned way. And at the end of it, I do hope that the outcomes will be very, very positive.
And sir, you've been always supportive art and culture to the youngsters as you have got Miss World. After that, this cue and this rhythm will be go on.
Yeah, definitely. So this obviously gives us lots of visibility, but it is also very important to maintain that momentum.
Yes.
Because many times it has been seen in various other states, various other countries, something is done with a big bang.
Yes.
And then the momentum dips.
True.
And then whatever you spent on, whatever efforts you made, that also in a way gets dissipated. So I'm very clear that the momentum of Miss World will be built upon. We will have more such events. We'll be engaging with the international audience much more closely. And once we succeed in doing this Miss World, that will give us a very big testimonial, and we'll be using that Hyderabad is the place where the 72nd Miss World event happened, and therefore you should also come and see on the so that is the pitch, that is the tagline that you'll be using.
So I think future we can be a state where all international events can be collaborative, whether into art and culture. If always doing that.
We will be
big bands and big Hollywood celebrities.
It's a very
like in Bombay it has started recently. You know, all the international concerts are happening.
Yes. So the same will be true of Hyderabad as well, and it's a matter of very good timing for me that I have been given this responsibility as the Miss World event is rolling out, and I can build upon it in the next for the next 4 to 5 years easily.
No, that was great, sir. Sure. And we just wanted if you can just give a message to all the viewers and all the people who are excited to be a part of it. No myths, whatever they are thinking, just come out and enjoy this event. So I just want you to.
No, first of all, I would like everyone to feel proud about the fact that we get this chance to host it. There was serious competition, not just from other Indian cities, but various other global cities also. But despite all that, the government's determination, the government's will
victory
to bring it to Hyderabad, that has succeeded. All arrangements have been made to give a great experience, not just to the participants, who obviously are the most important people in this mix, but also to the common viewers, people who want to participate. Good experience has been created, and as you pointed out, this is just the stepping stone. There will be many things to follow. So stay engaged with us. There will be announcements happening frequently on our tourism website, so keep track of it. We'll also be finding some other ways of engaging the public. While not every event will be at that scale, but there'll be smaller events, more intimate kind of events. So you will see a real happening Hyderabad, happening Telangana, kickstarting from now onwards. And thank you everyone for providing your good wishes and support.
Thank you so much, sir. And the best part, what have attracted me as free tickets, because always people think when big events run, the tickets will be high.
No.
We,
So as
that's a very
government,
government. It's a big support.
When I was in the tourism department earlier also, we had hosted some very big cultural events.
Yes.
For instance, one of the last concerts of Pandit Ravi Shankar was hosted in Hyderabad way back in 2009, and it was free.
Okay.
So imagine you can listen to Pandit Ravi Shankar
Live.
without spending 1 rupee.
That's a
And
great.
that is my
achievement.
philosophy. That this is how the art and culture is presented
Yes.
before the common people in the UK. I used to be a student in the UK,
Okay.
and I myself benefited by this policy that nothing is ticketed, everything is free.
That's great.
So I want to recreate that in Telangana. I did that when I was the combined secretary in the combined state, and I'll continue to do it now.
So in UK, you
So
have
this is
visited
the-
so many concert free.
Yeah, that is how it is.
Yeah.
Nothing is ticketed. The government keeps everything free.
Wow, that's
The ones
great.
which are supported by the government. Of course,
Yes.
private events I can't control.
But the government is
But the
supporting
government
you.
events are absolutely free in the UK.
Okay. So now
All
this
right.
is next Hyderabad.
Yeah, sure.
We are honored to interview sir
Thank
and
you
more
very much.
interviews with you. And it's a great achievement for the youngsters, for us.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for
Bye-bye.
talking to us. For more updates, keep watching. Till then, goodbye.